The air crackles with the screams of the dying, the metallic shriek of tearing spacecraft, and the low, guttural growl of a titan. Thanos, a colossal figure with skin the color of bruised plums, stands amidst the wreckage of a massive Asgardian refugee ship, the Statesman. His golden gauntlet, already adorned with the shimmering violet power stone, glints menacingly in the dim, smoke-choked light. He is not alone. His Black Order, a quartet of terrifying alien generals, supervises the massacre. Ebony Maw, a gaunt, telekinetic sorcerer, silences the last cries with an imperious gesture. On the blood-soaked deck, the mighty Thor is pinned, defeated, his face a mask of agony. Loki, ever the trickster, attempts a desperate plea, offering his fealty, his knowledge of Earth. But Thanos, with chilling calm, sees through the charade. He has come for the space stone, the Tesseract, and he knows Loki possesses it. Loki, seeing no other option, produces the glowing blue cube, the Tesseract, from seemingly nowhere. Its immense power pulses, captivating. Thanos takes it, his massive fingers closing around the cosmic artifact. With a brutal squeeze, the Tesseract shatters, revealing the brilliant blue space stone within. Thanos inserts it into his gauntlet, the second jewel now blazing alongside the Power Stone. He turns his attention back to Thor, a cruel smile playing on his lips. Loki, however, has one last gambit. He feigns loyalty, then lunges with a hidden dagger, a desperate, final attempt to strike down the Titan. But Thanos, unblinkingly, catches Loki's wrist, then lifts him effortlessly into the air. Loki struggles, gasping, as Thanos' grip tightens around his neck. Thor watches, helpless, as his brother's life drains away. With a final, sickening crack, Loki's neck snaps. Thanos drops the lifeless body, a chilling testament to his unwavering resolve. Suddenly, a furious roar echoes through the ship. The Hulk, bursting forth from the shadows, launches himself at Thanos. He is a whirlwind of green rage, delivering powerful blows that, for a moment, seem to stagger the Titan. The Power Stone flares, countering the Hulk's immense strength. Thanos, however, is not just strong. He is a master combatant. He systematically pummels the Hulk, deflecting his attacks with brutal efficiency. The Hulk, despite his ferocity, is outmatched. Thanos slams him to the ground repeatedly, unleashing a barrage of blows that would kill any other being. Finally, with a devastating punch, Thanos knocks the Hulk unconscious. Ebony Maw then transports the unconscious Hulk through a Bifrost portal, sending him hurtling towards Earth as a harbinger of doom. Maw then activates a self-destruct sequence, leaving Thor alone amidst the wreckage and the dead, staring at the departing ship. On Earth, in New York City, Dr. Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, stands with his companion Wong in the Sanctum Sanctorum. The tranquil morning is shattered by a sudden, violent impact. A green, hulking figure crashes through the roof, landing in a heap on the ornate floor. It is Bruce Banner, who reverts to his human form, battered and disoriented. He gasps out a dire warning. Thanos is coming, and he has already acquired 2 Infinity Stones. Strange, sensing the immense threat, immediately understands the gravity of the situation. He calls Tony Stark, who is taking a leisurely stroll with Pepper Potts in a park, discussing their future. Tony, ever the pragmatist, tries to dismiss it as a bad dream, but Banner's urgent tone, relayed by Strange, convinces him. They gather at the Sanctum Sanctorum, Banner recounting the horrific encounter with Thanos and his Black Order. As Banner finishes his grim tale, the sky above New York begins to warp. A colossal, ring-shaped spacecraft, a Q-ship, descends from the heavens, its shadow engulfing the city. Panic erupts in the streets below. Ebony Maw and Cull Obsidian, one of Thanos' other generals, emerge from the ship, their sole purpose to retrieve the Time Stone, currently protected by Doctor Strange. Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Wong, and Bruce Banner prepare for battle. Civilians flee in terror as the aliens begin their destructive search. Cull Obsidian, a hulking brute with a massive hammer, tears through the streets, causing immense damage. Ebony Maw, with his insidious telekinetic powers, begins to dismantle the surrounding buildings, searching for the Sanctum Sanctorum. The battle for Earth's fate has just begun, starting in the very heart of the city. Iron Man engages Cull Obsidian in a brutal street fight, his advanced armor deflecting the brute's powerful blows. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange faces the formidable Ebony Maw. Maw's telekinetic abilities are devastating. He manipulates debris and structures with effortless grace, trapping Strange and even impaling him with shards of concrete. Wong, utilizing his mystical arts, creates portals and shields, aiding Strange and protecting civilians. Maw, however, proves to be too powerful. He binds Strange with mystical energy, intending to extract the Time Stone from him, slowly and painfully. He needs the Sorcerer Supreme alive, but only barely. As Strange struggles against his bonds, Maw prepares a horrific procedure, believing that the Time Stone will reveal itself under torture. Iron Man, seeing his ally in peril, redoubles his efforts against Cull Obsidian, knowing they must save Strange. Despite Iron Man's valiant efforts, Ebony Maw successfully incapacitates Doctor Strange, pulling him aboard the Q-ship as it ascends. Tony, seeing his friend abducted, makes a split-second decision. He dons his new, advanced Iron Man suit, which forms around him with remarkable speed and fluidity, and rockets after the ship, determined to rescue Strange. Peter Parker, a young hero known as Spider-Man, who had been on a field trip, witnesses the chaos and swings into action, pursuing Tony, having been told to stay on the bus. He webs his way onto the Q-ship as it leaves Earth's atmosphere. Inside the ship, Maw begins his agonizing process to extract the Time Stone from Strange. Tony, now in space, realizes the immense challenge ahead, facing an alien general on his own ship, light years from home, all to save the powerful Sorcerer. Meanwhile, far across the cosmos, the Guardians of the Galaxy are responding to a distress signal. Their ship, the Milano, streaks through the void. They discover the wreckage of the Statesman, the Asgardian refugee vessel, floating amidst debris and lifeless bodies. Searching for survivors, they find a gravely injured Thor, drifting in space, his body battered and scarred. Gamora, sensing a deeper, more personal connection to the tragedy, examines the scene with grim determination. They bring Thor aboard their ship, where Mantis uses her empathic powers to soothe his pain and awaken him. Thor, still reeling from his devastating loss, recounts the horrific encounter with Thanos, revealing the Titan's quest for the Infinity Stones. Gamora, listening intently, confirms her worst fears. Thanos is coming for her, for a secret she holds deep within her past. Thor explains Thanos' ultimate goal, to collect all 6 Infinity Stones and use them to wipe out half of all life in the universe. A warped solution to what he perceives as overpopulation and suffering. Gamora, horrified, knows this to be true. She reveals a terrible secret she has kept for years. She knows the location of the Soul Stone, the only Infinity Stone Thanos has yet to find. She swore an oath never to reveal it, not even to her dearest friends, knowing the immense power it held and the unspeakable cost of its retrieval. She recounts how Thanos adopted her, a young child, after slaughtering her people, and raised her to be a ruthless assassin, but also how she rebelled against his cruelty. She is terrified of her stepfather, and knows that if he finds out she knows, he will stop at nothing to extract the information from her. On Nowhere, the severed head of a Celestial, now a mining colony, Thanos confronts the Collector, a bizarre hoarder of cosmic artifacts. The place is in ruins, a testament to Thanos' recent arrival. The Collector, cowering, reveals he no longer possesses the Ether, which is the Reality Stone. Thanos, however, already knows this. With a terrifying display of the Power Stone, he reshapes reality around him, showing a false image of Gamora pleading with the Collector. This illusion, fueled by the Reality Stone, is designed to trick Gamora, who has arrived with Quill, Drax, and Mantis. When Gamora confronts the illusion, the truth is revealed. Thanos is already there, and he already possesses the Reality Stone, having seized it from the Collector. He demonstrates its terrifying power, twisting their perceptions, making them believe they are fighting him, when in reality, they are merely dancing to his tune. Gamora, seeing her chance, lunges at Thanos, believing she can kill him with a hidden blade. She stabs him, seemingly fatally. Quill, Drax, and Mantis watch in horror as Thanos appears to die, then in shock as the illusion shatters. Thanos stands unharmed, the blade a mere illusion. He had been manipulating their perceptions with the Reality Stone all along. He reveals that he has known about Gamora's secret regarding the Soul Stone for a long time, having extracted the information from her adopted sister, Nebula, through unimaginable torture. He then easily subdues Quill, Drax, and Mantis. With a chilling smile, Thanos takes Gamora captive, knowing she holds the key to his ultimate goal. Gamora, defiant but terrified, is taken away, her fate now inextricably linked to the last, most elusive Infinity Stone, a stone she desperately tried to keep from her father. On the barren, red landscape of Titan, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and the Guardians of the Galaxy prepare for the inevitable. Quill's plan is audacious. Surprise the Mad Titan, steal the Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos, having already acquired the power and space stones, materializes. He immediately recognizes Strange, remembering their encounter on Xandar. The battle erupts. Iron Man, with his advanced suit, leads the charge, while Spider-Man's agility and webs provide crucial support. Drax and Mantis, with their unique skills, try to subdue Thanos, but his raw strength and the power of the two stones make him a formidable opponent. Gamora's absence weighs heavily on Quill, adding a layer of personal vengeance to his attacks. Strange, wielding the Time Stone, attempts to contain Thanos, creating complex magical constructs and illusions, but the Titan's might shatters them with ease. The heroes realize the true scale of the threat. Strange engages Thanos in a dazzling display of mystical combat, creating duplicates of himself and transmuting objects, but Thanos, utilizing the Power Stone, obliterates everything in his path. The Time Stone on Strange's neck glows, and he briefly rewinds a destroyed moon, flinging shards at Thanos. It's a desperate, tactical use of the relic. Meanwhile, Quill, Drax, and Nebula, who has arrived via her own ship, coordinate their attacks. Iron Man pushes his suit to its limits, employing new weaponry. Spider-Man, using his enhanced strength and speed, attempts to disarm Thanos. The strategy unfolds. Pin him down, remove the gauntlet. It's a risky maneuver, demanding perfect synchronization. Thanos, despite his overwhelming power, is momentarily caught off guard by the sheer number and coordinated nature of his opponents. Each hero brings their unique abilities to bear, aiming for the gauntlet. The plan seems to work. Mantis uses her empathic powers to put Thanos into a trance, overwhelming him with a flood of emotions. Thanos stumbles, his immense will temporarily broken. Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Drax strain, trying to pry the gauntlet from his hand. Nebula, knowing her father's weaknesses, shouts encouragement, urging them on. Quill, seeing the opportunity, prepares to deliver the final blow and remove the gauntlet. However, his grief and rage over Gamora's death overwhelm him. He demands to know where Gamora is, repeatedly punching Thanos' head, even as Mantis pleads with him to stop. The punches, though weak against Thanos, are enough to break Mantis' concentration. Thanos stirs, his eyes snapping open, the trance broken. The heroes watch in horror as their window of opportunity slams shut. With the trance broken, Thanos retaliates with brutal efficiency. He easily shrugs off the heroes, unleashing the Power Stone's destructive energy. Mantis is thrown aside, Quill is blasted, and Drax is incapacitated. Iron Man and Spider-Man bravely continue the fight, but they are no match for a fully awakened Thanos with two stones. Strange, seeing the dire situation, makes a difficult choice. Thanos corners Iron Man, preparing to deliver a fatal blow. Strange intervenes, offering the Time Stone in exchange for Iron Man's life. Thanos accepts, taking the powerful relic and placing it into his gauntlet. With 4 Infinity Stones now in his possession, power, space, reality, and time, his power is nearly absolute. The heroes on Titan are defeated, their desperate gambit ending in failure. Strange's sacrifice weighs heavily on them, a grim testament to Thanos' unstoppable march. Meanwhile, in Wakanda, the battle for Vision rages. Captain America, Black Panther, Black Widow, Falcon, War Machine, Hulk in Banner's body, and the Dora Milaje, along with Bucky Barnes and Groot, face Thanos' invading army of Outriders. The fight is fierce and desperate. The Wakandan force field initially holds, but the sheer numbers of the alien army overwhelm it. The heroes fight with everything they have, protecting Vision and Scarlet Witch, who are trying to remove the Mind Stone. Thor, Rocket, and Groot arrive dramatically through the Bifrost, turning the tide of battle momentarily with Thor's new axe, Stormbreaker. Thor unleashes lightning, decimating swathes of Outriders. The combined might of the heroes and the Wakandan army pushes back the invaders, but the relentless assault continues. Every hero is pushed to their limit, fighting for the fate of the universe. Just as the heroes believe they might be gaining an advantage, Thanos arrives in Wakanda, teleporting directly onto the battlefield. He is now wielding a nearly complete gauntlet, adorned with the power, space, reality, and time stones. His presence alone sends a shiver through the heroes. He effortlessly dispatches the remaining Outriders and begins his inexorable march towards Vision. Captain America bravely confronts him, but Thanos, with a single punch from the Power Stone, effortlessly knocks him aside. Hulk, Banner, tries to stop him, but is swatted away like a fly. The Black Order's remaining members, Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight, are quickly dealt with by the combined efforts of Captain America and Black Widow, but their sacrifice was ultimately for naught. Thanos' gaze is fixed on Vision, and nothing seems capable of stopping him. Scarlet Witch, despite her immense pain, begins to destroy the Mind Stone within Vision's head, a last, desperate attempt to prevent Thanos from completing his gauntlet. Vision, racked with agony, urges her on, reiterating his love for her and his willingness to sacrifice himself. Wanda's power is immense, and the Mind Stone begins to crack and crumble. The heroes, knowing this is their final chance, throw themselves at Thanos. Captain America, Bucky, Black Panther, and others try to hold him back, but he uses the power and space stones to repel them with ease. He telekinetically throws Captain America aside and uses the Power Stone to create a crushing force field. The other heroes are powerless to stop him as he inches closer to the dying Vision. Wanda, tears streaming down her face, finally shatters the Mind Stone, destroying Vision and releasing a massive wave of energy. The Mind Stone is destroyed. Vision is gone. The heroes allow themselves a brief, agonizing moment of relief, believing they have won, that Thanos' plan has been thwarted. But Thanos smiles grimly. He raises the gauntlet, now containing power, space, reality, and time. With a sickening green glow, he reverses time, specifically for Vision. The shattered Mind Stone reassembles, and Vision's body reforms, perfectly intact, alive once more. Scarlet Witch watches in horror as her sacrifice is undone. Thanos then calmly and brutally rips the Mind Stone from Vision's forehead, crushing his skull. Vision dies a second time, a horrific, meaningless death. Thanos then places the Mind Stone into the final empty slot on the gauntlet. The 6 Infinity Stones now glow with immense, unified power. The gauntlet is complete. Thanos now holds all 6 Infinity Stones. Thor, in a furious, last-ditch effort, throws Stormbreaker with all his might. The axe slices through Thanos' chest, impaling him deeply. Thor, believing he has won, forces Thanos to look him in the eyes, stating, "I told you, you'd die for that." Thanos, however, merely smiles. He raises his hand, the completed gauntlet glowing with cosmic energy. He looks at a bewildered Thor and replies, "You should have gone for the head." With a final, agonizing effort, Thanos snaps his fingers. A blinding flash of white energy erupts from the gauntlet, washing over the entire battlefield and radiating outwards across the universe. The sound of the snap echoes, a final, definitive declaration of his victory. The gauntlet is charred and smoking, the stones dim but present. Thanos then teleports away, leaving the stunned heroes in disbelief. A chilling silence falls over the Wakandan battlefield. Then the horror begins. Bucky Barnes is the first to disintegrate, turning into dust before Captain America's eyes. T'Challa follows, then Groot, Rocket watching in despair. Wanda Maximoff crumbles. Then Falcon, Mantis, Drax, Star-Lord, and Doctor Strange, who tells Tony Stark there was no other way. Spider-Man, clinging to Iron Man, tearfully pleads, "I don't want to go, Mr. Stark," before dissolving into dust. Over half of all living things in the universe, including many of the heroes, vanish without a trace. The remaining heroes are left in shock and grief, surrounded by the dust of their fallen comrades. Thanos, now on a peaceful planet, watches a sunset, his horrific task complete. The universe is forever altered, and the surviving heroes are left to grapple with an unimaginable loss and the devastating consequences of Thanos' ultimate victory. What happens next, and how do they even begin to recover from this unimaginable defeat?